Good morning, and welcome to another episode of the Tranquil Cottage Knits podcast. My name is Michelle, and I'm your host. You can find me on Ravelry as Tranquil Cottage, on Instagram as Tranquil Cottage Knits, and you can find the blog at www.tranquilcottageknits.weebly.com. So, good morning, happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing well. It is starting off to be a pretty cool morning here at the Tranquil Cottage. It is relaxing. The husband's still asleep, so nice and quiet. And I came outside, had a bowl of cereal, and am working on a shawl design. And it's a good start to the day. I'm actually kind of surprised I'm out here this morning. My husband and I did some grocery shopping last night, and when we were looking at what to have for dinner, and I realized I don't really have anything. So I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything we wanted. You know how those days are, right? So we were trying to decide what to do, and he's like, let's go to the grocery store. And I'm just like, I don't want to go to the grocery store. He's like, well, we can order in. Like, it's just so expensive, and there's nothing I really want. Oh, we can go out. I'm like, worst wife ever. So he finally convinces me to go to the grocery store, and I am slogging the whole way, dragging my heels. Do we have to? I don't know what it was. Yes, I do. I was tired. But, so I'm just like temper tantrum 3-year-old the whole way. I don't want to go. So we go to the grocery store and trying to decide what to have for dinner. My husband doesn't make a lot of requests for dinner. Occasionally he'll say, I'd like to have Italian one night this week. How can you even argue with that? He's just saying at some point during the next 7 days, can you maybe throw some sauce on some pasta? Pretty easy. But last night he was like really craving steak and cheese subs. And I make pretty good steak and cheese subs. And I'm thinking, I don't want to make steak and cheese subs. And so he's at the deli picking up some lunch meat, and I'm going through getting onions and things like that. And he's like, oh, mushrooms. I want mushrooms on them. And I'm thinking, oh my God, one more thing I have to cut. And then he's like telling me he would like some breakfast the next morning. And all I could think about is, dude, not on your life. It's Sunday. I'm not getting up early to make breakfast. I'm not staying up until midnight cooking dinner tonight. Just let's get a rotisserie chicken from the deli and be done with this stuff. The whole time, we didn't realize until we were on the way back from the grocery store. All of a sudden, I go to say something and it pops in my head. Today's Saturday. It's Saturday. I have a whole nother day. Tomorrow's Sunday. I totally thought that yesterday was Sunday, the whole afternoon. So while my poor husband is just like putting in a request, a pretty rare request for dinner, I am just digging in my heels the whole way. But it's because I think it's Sunday night. I don't want to stay up late cooking on a Sunday night, and then there's dishes and whatnot. But the whole thing is, it's really Saturday. So I told him, I will happily cook for you until midnight today, because I have a whole nother day off. And it's funny, I have no idea how I spent the whole day yesterday thinking it was Sunday. I don't know how that happened. So confused. But I am thankful, because I didn't podcast yesterday, which would have meant that I would have missed this week. And I don't want to miss any weeks with you. I don't want to miss my time hanging out with you. So, Today I am wearing my rusted root. This is not representative of the color that it actually is. It's too washed out, I think, because of the sun. But raglan sweater. I think next time I do one of these, rather than start the raglans up at the top, I will bring them down here because I think that just, it creates a better look for my body style. You can see I am not a busty girl, so it just, I don't know, I like it. I love the sweater. It's very, very comfortable. Rusted root is kind of like a boat necky type sweater. I actually dropped the neckline on mine because that cut just doesn't look good on me, so I dropped the neckline on mine. So I very much like this sweater. I am still working on my slinky ribs. I'm thinking that is my Rhinebeck sweater. So I don't know that I'll get enough time to do another one between now and then. And with only 2 short months to go, I don't know that I'm actually going to be able to finish this one in time. So I'm going to work on it. In the meantime, just a little sneak peek. I am working on a pattern that is made up of, I'm ready for Gloria's color. This. See how royally navy. That's about right. How beautiful that is. And I paired it with this. How amazing is this colorway? All of the grass green that's in here, and look at these two together. So pretty full. I could not stand not to get these when I found them. I was so in love with them. So this is something, it's not, I don't want to say backburnered, but it's something I'm working on just in my spare time. But you should be looking out for a design coming out soon that is going to have this gloriousness all over it. So, and I guess it helps if I tell you what they are. Those are Miss Babs 3-ply Yummy in the, I'm going to forget this one. I have 2 skeins of each, so I think the labels are with the other skeins. This is Morning Glory. This is not Regent. Navy, it's Admiral. I will have to look this one up, but this is Morning Glory, and it is absolutely, look at that again. Oh, so pretty full. I can't stand it. So, should be seeing something with those coming soon. I'll tuck the needles back in so you can't see because it's a surprise. And then I am still working on Drachenfels. Still working on and absolutely loving Drachenfels. It's a lot of fun. That pattern is just garter stitch, garter stitch, garter stitch. And it is so relaxing to work on. And settling in front of the TV or at work on my lunch break or at knit night. And I barely even look at the pattern. I just zoom right along with it. And it being mostly garter, it does go very, very fast. I'm just getting to the point where the rows are getting wider. And I find that the wider it gets, even though I know, mentally I know I'm closer to the end, it starts to just be a slog. Like, will I ever get to the end of this row? And then, maybe it's me, but when I'm working on big shawls, like Drachenfels is sizable. And then I have Find Your Fade. Callie, what are you doing? I have Callie out with me today. Come on, you say hi. Come on, puppy girl. Come on, puppy girl. She's gonna sing to me. What doing? Come here. Are you tangled? Come here. I'm gonna untangle her real quick. What doing, puppy girl? Is that good mama? Good mama untangles, huh? Good mamas untangle. You gonna say thank you? Are you gonna say thank you? Say thank you. Come on. You say thank you? Come on. She's shy. Camera shy. Come here, Kelly. Yes, you're my puppy girl. Come on. Okay, she's done. High five. She's gonna ignore me today. That's okay. I need a nap already. I'm okay with being ignored. Drachenfels. So even though I'm finding it as an entirely pleasurable knit, I find your fade a pleasurable knit. It's just when the rows get really long, I'm okay in the beginning. In the beginning, I've got all this momentum, and I'm just gonna knit, and I love the pattern, and I'm loving the colors. And then when it gets up towards that end, I'm just like, kill me now. So I'm interested to know, you guys have that experience? Because it's a challenge. And I find that sometimes I will lose steam on something, and I hate doing that. Because then I end up with all these unfinished objects, and then what do you do when you don't have any needles? You buy more needles. And then you find you have 3 sets of, like, exchange knit picks options, right? Just because you need more sets of needles. That's ridiculous. So, she's going to tangle herself again. I love being out here. I love the ambient noise of nature. So relaxing. I did some dyeing yesterday. If you follow me on Instagram, then you got to see pictures already of the hanks that I dyed. I'm looking at them. They're still hanging up drying. I did 2 fingering weight in, it's finger weight merino nylon blend in a colorway that I call Shoals. And it is the epitome of a sandy beach. It's kind of a cream and a little bit of orange, separated by a really beautiful sea green color, and then a beautiful blue for the sky. So it's what I would think of as just a relaxing day at, the bay or something like that. So I call the colorway Shoals. There is one called Hardworking Man. My husband actually came out and helped me put that colorway together because he dislikes anything that is in my wheelhouse as far as color. He likes oranges and browns and grays. I'm like blues and greens and pops of red, and I love all these bright colors, and then I have 2 skeins of lace weight that I did, and I call the color Shenandoah, water and sky. It's lovely pale blues into greens. And then I did 1 hank of a very gentle gradient. It is lovely. I would consider it a turquoise color. And I should really just go see if they finished drying so that I can show them to you. Shall we? Let me go check. Okay, so as luck would have it, I just went back and checked, and they were all dry. So I'm excited to show you these. First up is a DK. I did 1 skein, just kind of testing out the color. This is a DK merino, very super squishy. I call this colorway Perfect Day, It is very turquoise. And in trying to get some color variation, I did very light dye, and then I did some darker, very quick over dye on it. So one end of it has this kind of deeper blue, and then the other end has kind of this paler blue. And then in between, let's see, I did it so, let's see if I can show you this. I don't know if that's going to focus out here. So if you untwist, you can see like the middle of the yarn only absorb the lighter dyes, so that the outer edge, the outside of the yarn, so you get a more tonal effect. So it's a slight gradient. It's deeper at one end, lighter at the other, but then you also get the added tonal effect of kind of quick dyeing in the darker yarn, in the darker dye after you've dyed in the lighter dye. Just gives a really pretty tonal effect, and just adds some depth to the yarn. So this colorway I call Perfect Day. Next up would be Hardworking Man. Not anything that I would ever really love, but my husband picked out all of these colors. He wanted something orangish, reddish, brownish. He loves anything really on the warm tones. So the oranges and the reds and the bricks, and that's just the colors he loves. So he came out and sat with me at the dye pot and helped me mix colors until we came up with this, and it was what he wanted. So this is a merino silk blend, and I believe this is going to become his winter gloves this year. We have that for my hardworking man. This is some lace weight that I did. It is altogether, I think 1,760 yards, I believe. All lace weight, and it is I call this colorway Shenandoah. It is a kind of really beautiful sky blue that fades into this kind of pale aqua, into this lovely green. You can see that. Very relaxing, very smushy, just peaceful. It's very peaceful. And when I go out and spend time on the river, that's my goal. That's what I aim to get out of it. And with the sky and the water, this just says Shenandoah to me. So 2 skeins of that, and then this is what I was after in the first place. When I set up the dye pot yesterday, I was inspired. I wanted a summer shawl. I wanted it to represent things I know and love, and I wanted it to be. I just wanted it to be something happy, and it's the best way I could describe it. So this is Shoals. This is fingering weight merino nylon blend, and got 2 skeins of it going here. Little leaf. There you go, 2 skeins of it going here. And what this is, all right, pop this one open. You have this really pretty tealy turquoisey blue that goes into this sandy, kind of coppery, brownish, into the sea glass, which deepens into a beautiful water green, and then into some more kind of rusty, maybe bottom of the water, riverbed kind of rusty color, back into some pretty blue, and To me, this skein is a day at the beach. It is what the sand looked like where I was growing up, all creams and browns and kind of pebbly. And because I grew up on the river, and the water, the sea glass, and the sky. So when I set out to dye yesterday, this is what I was aiming to achieve, and I'm happy I did. I've got 2 skeins of it, so somewhere roughly about 900 yards of fingering weight merino nylon blend. So now you know what I've dyed, what I'm designing, what I'm wearing, what I'm knitting, what I ate for breakfast. Is there anything that I missed? I don't think so. I am not terribly put together. I really think I need a nap. But I guess that's it for this Sunday. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week. I hope it's relaxing. I hope that you just get some time to sit and knit, maybe spin, and have a joyful weekend. Or have a joyful week. I will see you next weekend. Bye.